Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy II for the Nintendo Famicom system. Last episode we went into the Deist Cavern and we went down the southwest corner. Now we're going to head into the southeast corner and go down toward the where the life spring is. We have to submerge the wyvern egg in there so that it doesn't wither and die. So we encountered most of the enemies in this cave. There's a few new ones, but for the most part we'll just be running into the same stuff we ran into last time, so same strategies always apply. We want to try to take care of those ghasts first before they can use their blind force spell on us. In terms of magic, we want to work on Maxine's thunder spell against undead because they absorb the poison elements or the scourge spell. So we'll use Scourge against enemies like any of those stalactites if we come across, or the hill gigases, and then just save the working the lightning for undead. So trying to get those spells up to rank 5, which is where Fire and Blizzard are. So yeah, we're letting them kind of chill out a little bit while we work on the lower ranking spells. So, this is a good cave where warp will come in handy. So, because there's going to be a split that we can kind of avoid doing, and I'll point it out if we have the warp spell. So, it saves us quite a bit of walking. So, in an instance where the ghast, see that one ghast is in the third column from the right. He can't be targeted by weapons, but he can still use his blind force spell, so we can target him with Fess's Cure 3 spell. Well, actually now I think it's Cure 4. Yeah, Cure 4, he gained a level with it last episode, and that can take them out. So yeah, undead are weak to the Cure spell. If you've leveled up your life spell enough, you can also potentially one-shot them with a life spell. So, you're bringing the undead back to life, so yeah, spells are kind of reversed in that sense. Cure hurts them, and life defeats them, so. And the standard thing is purple is stronger than the greens, so it's kind of like in Zelda. You have the blue is always stronger than the red, so, well, for the most part, usually, so, I don't want to say all the time, because there's probably some example out there that might prove me wrong, but I'm thinking just in the first Legend of Zelda, the blue iron knuckles, or the blue dark nuts are stronger than the red, same thing with the Octoroks, the Lionel enemies, so, well, I guess red bubbles are more annoying than the blue bubbles. Although you can't defeat bubbles, but red you want to avoid, the blue you don't care about, so. I've got our good friend the Hill Gigas. Same tactics apply. Put on the Ancient Sword. Try to get that curse on it. That'll cut its offense and defensive down. And you can also hope that Fess might hit with his Crescent Sword, put it to sleep, but we're not having any luck with that, so. Hilgi is rank 5, so we can still get some decent experience with Booker who, and his weapon levels. Fess will get good experience with his knife, and Maxine can get good experience still on her spell levels, at least with the Scourge and Thunder, because they're both ranked 4, so she's gonna have to use her ether pretty soon, so. Well, there's where the old Dragoon corpse was, where he ended up getting the pendant so long ago. So this is a room where there's a split. If you have the warp spell, you can avoid going down the far left split tunnel. So, and I'll show that off here. Our good buddy, the Yellow Souls are back. The weaker version of the Red Souls. We ran into them in the last episode for the first time. They have only 20 hit points, so one physical attack will take them out. But I guess they're good for helping raise our magic evasion and our magic defense. Like physical evasion, it gets built up by being targeted by spells. So, and then there's also that glitch that might allow Fess to gain some spirit from being targeted by magic. So, and it also can these spells can also help both Maxine and Leila potentially gain some stamina and hit points. Because it being in the back row, they can't be targeted by anything physical. So they're not getting hit like Fess and Booker are and losing hit points and gaining that stamina and hit points. But now with these spells being cast, you can see that they're taking some damage. So might get a hit point increase for both of them. So thank you, Yellow Soul, for helping us out. So it's a good thing that they multi-target, because just like our spells, when we multi-target, their power is basically cut by 4, cut down to 25%. So yeah, they would really hurt if they were single targeting. But now Booker, you've noticed he's not taking much damage whenever he gets hit, and that is because he has the ice shield, so he has protection from fire. So. Let's see what we got stat-wise here. Fess, stamina, and spirit. Hit point, Maxine's. So Leila, yep, we got those that stamina and the hit points that we wanted for both Maxine and Leila. And Fess also got it, so a little bit of a bonus there for him. And we also got that bonus spirit increase. So always good. I'm just going to, since this battle's probably going to take a while, several turns, I'm just going to use the Berserk spell to get a little bit of points on the Berserk spell, for future boss battles. Because if I just use the, one of the, either the Scourge or the Thunder, well, I'd have to use Thunder, because I don't want to heal these enemies. I'd use up all my MP, and the battle's going to take more than one turn. So by using the Berserk spell, I can draw this battle out a little bit. Well, the battle's going to be drawn out anyway, but I could use potentially more than half of my MP, and potentially force MP growth for Maxine. And then the next battle that I run into, that's when I can use my ether to restore those magic points. So I'm just trying to force some different growths there for my characters. So eventually, like I said, it won't be when we get that as spell, the Osmos Tome, we won't have to worry about Maxine's MP anymore. But obviously, the more MP we got, the less we have to cast that the Osmos spell and draw it off the enemies. So I'll just avoid having to use that turn to heal up. So more importantly, we'd like to get Fess's MP up, but we'll get there eventually. So focus on one thing at a time. You really, like I said, the main thing we want to get on Fess is mainly his agility, because that increases our chance of doing preemptive strikes and avoiding the unexpected attacks or the preemptive strikes that enemies do on us. So got a bunch of outdated equipment here. That mithril gear. We've gotten better armor in Kashuan Keep. We had that the gold armor. Got armor in the Dreadnought that did better defensive properties. So yeah, it's just giving us some lousy stuff here. So that's alright. We will sell it and just use the money to buy ethers and stuff. So money not as big of a problem as it was back in the beginning of the game. So That's mainly because usually right after the mithril, you're not really buying anything. So, like equipment-wise, like at the beginning, we had to worry about buying level 1 weapons. Then we got the level 2 weapons. Then the mithril with the level 3 weapons. We were buying a bunch of stuff, and then after mithril, most of the stuff, the good stuff, especially with the weapon choices that we have, we're finding for free in the dungeons. So yeah, we did buy the ice bow, but we'll get a free ice bow get a free ice bow in another dungeon. We already got the free flame bow in this dungeon. So now over to the left, that takes you to that's the way you need to go. But you can, and then there's a passageway to the right. We can go down that passageway, get a few treasure chests, and then you'd come back up and walk back around. But with the warp spell, we can avoid going back up and having to walk around. So that'd be another good advantage of the warp spell. So, and here's a nice good enemy, the Green Soul. Only have 6 hit points, but one of the interesting things about the Green Soul is it basically is like a friendly monster. So, like the other soul monsters, hitting it with magic will heal them. And speaking of healing, the Green Soul, basically all they do is they cast cure spells on your characters. So, yeah, pretty easy. So, yeah, they basically just healed Maxine up there. So, always a welcome thing to see. And they're rank 4 too. Where were they at the beginning of the game? It'd been nice to run into them like all over on the overworld. They would just healed us and would have raised our stats, massively. So, I guess I don't know what they were thinking with that enemy, but hey, I like them. So, but rare encounter. Obviously, we're not going to be running into them all the time. But I don't know. Maybe the developers just wanted to put a little inside joke in or something. I don't know. These revenants here, they're same thing, a rank 4 enemy. Not as big of a joke as the Green Souls, but still pretty easy to take out with a nice fire spell. So, I guess if we had 5 or 6, we might have been able to take him out in one thing. A few more intelligence ranks, too, for Maxine. Every 4 intelligence gives her another multiplier. I'll have to check out her stats eventually, but she's been getting some pretty decent intelligence, so she should have, I think in all the times I ever went through this game, I never had a problem getting, maxing out the intelligence. So, Spirit was a little bit harder, because even though Spirit levels up easier, I think they said you have to cast the black magic 20 times, guarantee 20 times in one battle to guarantee intelligence increase, and Spirit is only 15 times, I believe. But obviously you're going to be casting black magic more often. As you see, Fess, unlike Maxine, who's casting black magic, that's all she does every battle. Fess is rarely casting, white magic. When he has nothing better to do, then he will, cast it to try to raise that spirit. But he's also multitasking, trying to, build up his agility and his weapon ranks. So that's why it's hard. You have to almost, specialize your characters if you really want to see growth, in them. So, because if we were like, trying to have everybody learn to cast, black magic, everybody learn to cast white magic, basically trying to make like a red mage type character, it would be, really, really hard. Because in growing some attributes of the red mage, we would be hindering other aspects. So when we tried to build up their intelligence for black magic, we would potentially be causing them to lose strength. Because when intelligence goes up, strength can go down. And then if we were trying to build up their strength, so they could be an attacker, their intelligence or their spirit may go down, which would hurt their white and black magic capabilities. So that's why sometimes, like, if anybody would be like a red mage or Probably have to be like Fess because he can get those like free spirit increases for, you know, doing nothing, so. But, da-dunk. As you can see, the souls hit him with any type of magic and heals him up, so. But these guys are so easy that it didn't matter that we healed them. We didn't hit any of those ones anyway, so they were already at full hit points. And even if they weren't at full hit points, one hit from any of our characters would take them out. Like I said, only 20 hit points, so yeah. Would have made a much easier boss than the red soul that we had in Kashuan Keep. But hey, we got another spirit increase there for Fess. Alright, so we head down this way, and there's gonna be 2 treasure chests around here. And as you see that bridge down there, there's a broken tile. Well, it looks like kind of cracked. Yeah, so if we tried to take this way, we try to take that bridge, we fall down a hole, and we'd end up on the path, the southwestern path, the one that took us down to where the treasure was. So we'd have to backtrack all the way up to the first floor again, and then go back to the southeast, and make our way around to that staircase that I mentioned about. But what you can do is you can use the warp spell, and when you fall down the hole in the bridge, you warp back up onto the bridge and onto the slot where you fell down, and then you just walk over to the left. So I will show that off. So man, we have too much equipment here. Gotta get rid of a bunch of stuff. We did use some items, so we have some item space here. Yeah. Mage staff, I believe you can use that to cast like Lit 5. For free. So if you want working on your lightning spells, you can use that to hurt some enemies. So, especially the sea enemies. Mithril Mail. That is really gonna be really good for an upcoming boss. Basically, that casts like basically like a wall spell, like a reflect 16. And it's a single target, so it'll be really good for an upcoming boss, because it'll basically like keep Fess from getting hit with some status ailments. We got a tough boss coming up, but not in this cave, a little bit later. So we have a potentially tough boss in this cave. I say potentially because it's a rank 5 monster, the Chimera, and there can be anywhere between 1 and 4 of them. So if you run into 4 of them, it's going to be a tougher battle. If you run into just 1, well, then it's kind of cake, you know. It's like fighting just a hill geekus. But finish these guys off, and then we head back to the that bridge area. Now, if you didn't have the warp spell, what you would have to do is you would have to go up again, and then go wrap around that one section and go down that staircase that I pointed out earlier. But I'll show off the warp strategy. So we'll use some. These guys have a little bit of tough hit points, so let's see if we can. I didn't think Booker would be able to finish him off in one hit. So I would have had Leila attack the one that just got cured. Would have finished it off, but oh well. We got a preemptive strike, so that helps a bit. So, man, I don't know if you hear the princess in the background there squeaking. She's on my lap, and she's very, very excited. She's out playing, and she wants to run around, but I don't want to run around right now while I'm recording, because then she'll be teasing Spartacus. And he's happily hanging out, so she may calm down a little bit next week. She goes in for surgery. She's finally getting her spay on Wednesday, so, which I believe is the 25th to the 26th. I don't have my calendar near me here, but yeah, she's getting spayed. I think she's getting to that point. Yes, you step on that thing, blunk, you fall down, and we're just gonna warp back up. And hey, Okay, we're back on the crack tile, so we can just walk over. So, and then going up is the way we want to go, but I'll just show off kind of where the staircase is. But there's kind of a little glitch with the staircase, but I will just point that out. So, yeah, if you were just going normally, you would just get this treasure chest and then head up the direction that you know, I told you to go, just to the north of the bridge. But I'm going to show off this, like, kind of weird glitch. I guess the game still kind of remembers the staircase you came down to get to this floor, so it kind of warps you to the wrong staircase when you climb up the staircase on the left. But I will just show that off, so it's pretty neat, but I'm trying to show off as much as I can, you know, in the game, so. But we can work on our Maxine's almost getting to a point where you're going to have to use another ether again. That's the problem with as spells get more expensive. So, but this gives you a chance to. You haven't worked our Blizzard and our Fire there for a long time, so might as well use them. Rank 5, and these guys are rank 5, so we still get some points for using it, just even with the first casting. So, usually if there's well, the way spells work is, you know, you get, like, if it's same rank, same enemy rank, same spell rank, you still get 2 points. So your spell basically has to be, like, 2 ranks higher to get, like, to have to cast it more than once in a battle to get any points. But the scores get, like, 3 points right there. And Maxine will get some intellect. So, yeah, so we're just gonna climb here just to kind of show it off. So yeah, see, it goes to the wrong staircase, but we'll go to the right staircase in our next episode where we start off. Take care, have a good one. Thanks for following along. Bye.